has two floors. The others are bigger on the one floor, but I have always liked that. I've always liked multiple small floors, even if the stairs aren't easy. That's the one that I would get. I put wood in all of these four. Chopped wood. The guy here is so nice. He's gonna give me a discount. I sweeped and mopped the floors of the bathroom the other day. And the other day I cleaned the two toilets and sinks, and I want to do the showers and the shower curtains too. And I sweeped in there because there's a wedding in a couple of days in the morning. See the mountains over there? They had snow a couple of days ago, which was scary. Because not already, but it melted already. And there's been a lot of bugs, and I've seen a couple of new dandelions. There's been a lot of different swarms of bugs, and it's the fall today. It's September 21st, 2023. And I didn't see the mama bear with the one cub today, but always staying alert. Did more noise anyways with the chopping of the wood. Yeah, I think I have to change all the cables off of this bicycle to make it much easier to change the gears and ride. And yeah, just to review, I got 2 new batteries, new radiator, new alternator, although it might not have been needed. I did buy the other brand of starter, so I'll change that. And I decided to keep these wheels, although the brakes are so low that they lock up easily, so it would have been better if I had new tires, but I can't afford everything. You know, in one shot. It takes a while to save up. This is what the new tires look like. They're pretty sweet. I'll show you on the other side. It'll be easier, I guess. It'll be more light. And so I've never still painted anything. A lot of people put studs right away, and I could put up to 80 pounds in my rear wheels tires, but I got 60 each on these 4. And so when I do the brakes in the front, they won't lock up as easily when it's slippery. And I'm thinking instead of new tires still, because it's the ones in the rear that were used more, plus they had weird bulges. These ones don't really have inner or outer bulges. Still very old though. And the roof didn't leak since, you know, the time it was fixed on Vancouver Island. Still, you know, like holes in the floor, but I've sealed a lot of things from last year. Even the plastic on the windows, like the ceiling window that I didn't remove, so it's still a little bit more winterproof. Didn't need, so far, 2 heaters going, just 1. I did find my secondary extension cord, so I didn't sell it. But some of my cables have damage. I taped one up with duct tape. I don't know if it was chewed by an animal. Still didn't get my fog lights to work. Not sure why, but it's not a priority, so I stopped working on it compared to other things. And what else? Well, it's had regular oil changes, and I don't really add oil. I think the first year I had it, I added maybe half a liter in like 3 months or something, but I haven't added any between oil change now. And the transmission fluid, it's such a slow leak that still, when I have the money to do the transmission oil, they'll put a new seal. Except there's 2 different kinds of gaskets in there. One, you don't know which kind until you open it up, so it'll be 2 different seals that'll be new. Probably won't leak after that. Still awesome engine compression. But my next thing is really exhaust. So I'm going to go try to find out about exhaust. Because sometimes if I want to warm up or regenerate energy that I might have used from the batteries, if I was desperate to plug in something with only these 1 main battery and 1 deep cycle battery that both charge well with the cables, so many things electrical that I've changed and cleaned. Still, there's some corrosion in parts I haven't probably discovered yet, or that's going to get worse in a year, but no damage on the windshield. The lights are not all working on the ceiling part, but the main headlights and signal lights work. So, or if one is off, there's another one that does the job. So yeah, so I'm kind of still a mess inside. It's really messy inside. It's been so long since I vacuumed. Always procrastinating that part. Who the hell is Pariseau? Well, I tell you, I just finished season 3 of Northern Exposure. Yeah, there's a lot of episodes I cried. And I gotta say, I see the actors very differently now and the characters differently as well. So it's nice to see how I've changed and analyzed things differently. One thing is the actress that plays Shelley. Like, I didn't find her character that interesting at first. I mean, she's probably maybe the most, maybe beautiful. But although Maggie, man, the episode where she goes to Juneau, she's more feminine and her acting is just softer. It's more, I don't know how to say it. Her acting was awesome in that episode, and it made me see her in a different light. That actress, she's a beautiful girl, but her character is just it's just annoying, and I didn't notice how annoying before. Just the argumentativeness, and I would say both her and Joel have equal argumentativeness, although he's still making more progress, and it's because he's the outcast in a community that has known each other for a while, or that have recurring characters that come back to town that they've known before. But Joel is the one that is improved more as a character. I'm not talking actor specifically. I'm talking about his character evolving. And sometimes you got no choice because you're a social creature. You must adapt when you're the outcast for a while. But not as sick as most cultures I've visited throughout my journey up north here, where they think even after 2.5 years you're still a newcomer. You don't even see the hint of that kind of mental health anti-community nonsense in Northern Exposure. Maurice, still a pretty darn good actor, and I've seen him in other things after that. Chris in the Morning, he's a talented actor to do all these lines, and also to do more outdoor stuff. But still, his characters, I don't find that appealing. I know I'd be friends with him if I lived there, but I'd also have decent conversations with Joel. I don't think he'd get on my nerves. I'd be friends with everybody there. I don't think there's a character I dislike. There's some I don't find as fun. Like, let's say I wouldn't find Howling or Ed, that much stimulating in conversation, I would say. And who would I be most friends with? I think just Maggie, just maybe, and I think because she reminds me of some exes, I think I just want to stay platonic, although it's hard to do sometimes because I'm usually single and she's been usually single in a lot of the episodes. I'm just saying if I was a character or these were real and I was in that situation. But, I'm glad I'm watching this because it's given me, and I got 2 more longer seasons, 4 and 5, and no, 4, and then 5 is kind of a half season because the first couple of seasons were very few episodes. And I know in a few years, maybe 5 years, I'll maybe watch it again. But it's helping me because I've had sad experiences where I try to, connect and help and belong to First Nations communities, and it's been disappointing. And often they don't realize they are doing to me as the dominant, right? Because I'm the newcomer there. What has been done to them by Europeans? Sometimes I wonder, because people talk about that. Well, you're a white man. Still so different than others, and it's so easy to see this. So you wonder how much progress people that say that have made to say this. Like, they can say you're a white man, but you're so different, and it'll take a while for people to notice. They could say this, but they don't say this. And this is often people in helper roles or in leadership roles in First Nations communities. So it's a red flag. It's not a good sign. So, but the thing is I don't want to give up. I just like that it's nature-like here and that it's small and there's a few different bands that I'll offer myself to. And again, I don't need to be recognized for everything I can do very quickly. It could take years as long as within the first month I'm given some opportunities where there's rewards, either income or supports with, living arrangements or expenses. Or shelter, or to do activities I enjoy too. Because for me to start a badminton club and for people to show up is I don't need to be paid for that, and to also manage that facility at the same time because it's enjoyable, and seeing the growth in people and being appreciated in this way. And just people talk. I know people talk. I don't have to go on the internet. I just the fact that I'm helping out here and the person that I met here has been awesome since the first day I met him. And I know that word of mouth spreads and it takes time. And I just need to be who I am and not push, right? And of course, I don't need to do a lot in every role. The thing that I want to be seen for is if a lot of the bands here have issues with government officials, either police or politicians or anybody else, or big business that might want to approach them to do something in their community, and they're intimidated by them. Well, this is where here pretend I'm an intimidating white male and ask me to advocate for you and come observe, see how I do it, and learn at the same time. So I hope this will be the way that they take advantage of the intensity of my confidence and skill sets. But the rest of the time is just, today just I didn't feel like going out because I hadn't planned my errands well enough that I would have wasted half the day just to cram some in poorly. So it was so nice to be here quiet and just do some of the chores that we had agreed upon. And, I hadn't played badminton in more than a week, so I needed to move and exercise and prepare to leave early tomorrow by planning my day tomorrow. Still a lot to do, to go on the internet and to look at maps to know where I'm going to go and where my limited number of posters and resumes would be better used. So who am I? This Martin Pariseau. I'm still amazed that I've predicted, based on my theory, which has explained the behaviors of the norm, and therefore explained how I've responded to the norm as being this unique individual, and how I predicted never having issues with deep depression again. And also I've been surprised with how solitude or feeling alone has become easier for me over time, but not accepted. I still, one of the episodes recently, Learn Exposure, make me crave for romantic love again.